Welcome to HumanityWins.net. Please read the important disclaimer on your screen. All of the content provided is for entertainment purposes only. It should not be taken as medical or legal advice. Please contact your doctor or lawyer if you require such advice. Thank you. The show starts right now. Hello, welcome to this new episode of HumanityWins.net, and we have back my very good friend Tony from London, the star of the show. Thank you, Tony, for being here again. Our most frequent guest. I'm very happy and blessed to have you. All my guests, I want to clarify, because recently we have two new guests on the show. We had Lomoro from Kenya, and we had Shola from New York City. And there are some other guests through email contact that is warming up to bring more people on the show. So I thank you. I'm very happy. All of you, you honor me. For me, it's an honor to have you here on the show. And very, very, very different chats. I mean, Tony, the one from Kenya, was wonderful in the out there. I want to do more like that, more showing us your city, your country. The one with Shola was very deep. He's certainly very knowledgeable, and he has researched very, very profound what he's talking about. So that one was also very interesting. And today we were talking before recording, Tony, about this notion in human relationships, that eventually you are going to disappoint people and people are going to disappoint you. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Tony.
Oh, hello. Thanks, Alex. Thanks for the introduction. I'm just an ordinary human being. I'm a single person, that's all. But thanks, and I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, I think people will always disappoint each other, because that's how we learn. I think we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. So every time I meet someone, I need to understand where they're coming from, and they need to understand where I'm coming from. So on a personal level, it's a guessing game. It's always, oh, do they like me saying this, or do they like me doing this? Or I mean well, but I don't know what they think of it. So it's always a guessing game with negotiating how you deal with people. So yeah, they will always disappoint you, and that's part of life. The trick is not to get upset too much, not to sort of take it personally, and like have to fixate on words. Like, words are tricky, like I said earlier somewhere. But
I think you told me this morning that we're talking through WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Something that some people, the meaning of words, some people are well-intentioned, or some people just grasp to the concept, the symbol of the world, or the word, sorry. Because I had this discussion with Shola the other day, that he joined the channel, or he emailed me after and I remember the symbols episode on the cross, on 666, on 1111, on numbers and graphics, and I personally, that's my feeling. I'm not right or claiming to be right, but my inner intuition tells me that words, numbers, symbols, they have the value we put in them. They don't have any intrinsic value.
Yeah.
You can show me a cross and I'm a devil, and I don't think it has any value, the cross. Maybe it has value your energy, your intuition, that makes me scared as a demon, maybe. Yes, that I believe, yes. But just a cross is gonna, or or a number 666 doesn't mean anything if you don't put any power in it.
That's it, exactly.
So sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
No problem. Yeah, it's the symbology and the words and the meaning behind the words. It's not necessarily what the person needs, because I'm always fumbling with words. I'm trying to get it right, or trying to be respectful. And sometimes I don't get the right words. It doesn't mean I don't like the person. It just means the words fail me, but my intention's good. And sometimes people can't look beyond the words. They look at the word, and that's as far as they get. They can't see the person over there talking to them and the good intentions that they mean. And to me, that's how I look at you and most people I see. So I see your intentions are good, and you're a good man. You do good things, say good things.
Thank you.
So I take that as, that's my cornerstone. That's Alex. And sometimes you may not say the right words. Usually you do. If you don't, you apologise and correct them. So I don't have a problem with you at all. But even if you said something that I thought was a bit iffy or a bit dodgy, I might say, "Oh, what do you mean, Alex? I don't understand." And you tell me. But it's you who I interact with, not your words. The words are sort of a middleman. You know what I mean? And that's why we always will be disappointed if we look at the words alone.
And that's why, Tony, I think, for example, let's go through the evolution of communication. It's one thing chatting, text, then audio or phone call, audio only. A different thing, it's much better, to be honest, is like we're doing right now, video and audio, and the best one, in person, okay? But a lot of people get upset through chats because very difficult sometimes to kind of, maybe some things, if you don't say please and that, it sounds a little bit rough or, you know, a little bit abrasive. But then with audio, the modulation of the voice helps a little bit. Hey, what's up, Tony? Instead of, hey, Tony, send me that. That's pretty abrasive, okay? Instead of saying, hey, Tony, what's up, man? Can you send me that, please? It's totally different, okay? And then with video, that's why, for example, the other day that I had Shola on, started with a photograph, and I was not going to say anything. That was his intention, but then he turned the video on and it was great. It's much better. It's much better. It's much better. By the way, if you want to come on the show, you're listening, video is not mandatory. I had Moxie with audio only, and it's fine as well. I'm just saying the evolution of the communication, because all the things you say, we can gather from the physical language. Okay, looking at the person, you look, maybe you're defensive. If you look relaxed, it's much better communication, much better thought. What do you think about that? Okay.
Very good point. And if you think about human history, even that we came, I don't know if it's true, we came from caves, probably did, but we couldn't speak. So our only communication was visual, you know, or maybe a grunt. Food, give me, you know.
No, so, maybe,
that's it. So
and maybe if it's very insistent, I'm very hungry.
I'm very hungry too, Ed. So we started from visual, audio, grunting, and it's developed into this sophisticated, tricky, monumental language system. It's got so many pitfalls, so many. You can take a word 3 different ways. You know, there, it's over there, or it's there, it belongs to them, or there. It's just tricky. So I believe the visual, body language, the facial expression is the key to what someone believes and means, because that's evolved with us. So I don't get trapped by words. So if I say something that's not appreciated, I'll try to correct it. I'll try to say what I really mean. No, I mean this. You know, sorry, but I didn't mean that. And if they get upset and go away, I can't help them. I just say, well, I'll try again. If they still get the ump, I just move on. I can't think for them. I can't make them see what I am. I can't make them. It's their job, you know.
Yes. You're totally right. And the way I see it is also the factor we were talking about before recording. I was sharing with you a story that there's no point to share here publicly because it's not really that good of a story. But I think when money gets involved in relationships, that's when also disappointment happens, okay? Because unfortunately, very unfortunately, some people elect to be okay with the money part and not losing any money in whatever happened. And sometimes I might better lose a friendship than lose some money, okay? And for me, that's no way. We need to put the value of money, of any kind of money. You know, some people say you're very naive, Alex. Of course you're gonna do. Who knows? I'm a human. I might contradict myself when the situation arises. I know I've been in situations where really for my own maybe inner peace or something, I've elected to lose money in an operation. And say, you know what? Like you, I think we share that even privately. For example, if someone owes you money and you're there, you get to a point to say, you know what? If that's what you want, I'll stop asking. If you want to give it back, it's up to you. I'm fine with it. And just move on from it. But I think when money happens is when these disappointments, because people tend to, I don't know, we have such a strange relationship to money. Because I understand it's necessary. I understand it's necessary in this reality. I understand it. Okay. It will be very stupid from me or very naive to say it's not. Okay.
No.
But also it cannot be your most important thing. It cannot. I resist myself from. It's very disappointing for me, people that I see them, I don't know, very detached from their children and from their life. Money. And the ones that have a lot of money, then there's the fear of losing money. Have you noticed that? People are doing very well for themselves. Some say, I'm very stressed. I'm very stressed. I have health issues because of stress. Why are you stressed? Because I'm afraid from whatever amount of money I have, I might lose it and go back to struggling.
I think their priority is naturally money. It's essential to survive. But they've took their priority from people and relationships, whether it's family or friends, even workmates, work or bosses, just have good relationships with people, respectful, honest. They're talking away from that and put it into money. So I'm more happy when I meet people that I get along with, who see my sense of humour or who understand where I'm coming from. There's a connection, there's a respect. You build respect through knowing people who get you. And then you learn friendship and help each other. And that's how I think we used to be. Our currency was respect and valuing each other. And somehow the system has hijacked us and turned us and made us focus on money. And don't leave people, just focus on the money and the plastic and the goods and the cars. So I don't blame them for being that way because they were born into it, same as me. But there's a part in us that knows the truth, that knows that this isn't making me happy. I'm happier when I'm poor, but with good friends. And they need to reconnect to it, to understand it, They need to understand it's not all about the money and the words. It's about true relationships and friendships with people. And until they do that for themselves, they're not going to appreciate other people properly. They're not going to appreciate the rewards between proper friends and family, because they're always got one eye on the money. And it's up to the person individually to do that for themselves, put in the work. But it's a battle. It's an uphill battle because most people love money. And whenever I meet someone, I'm thinking, okay, am I talking to the person or am I talking to their brain? Now, the brain wants money and power and status, but the person wants freedom and happiness. I'll talk to the person, and then they go upstairs into the head. And I've lost them. They're in the head. And I'm like, hello, anyone in there? And they come out. Oh, hello. Yeah, we were talking about, and they go, so it's a battle. You need to realise that it's not their fault. Me and you get along. We know each other. We can talk for hours because we connect. But sometimes their programming keeps them hostage. You know what I mean? It takes them hostage, like in a dungeon upstairs, and then they get the recordings playing, and all you're hearing is the recordings. And so it is a real, definite battle and a big brick wall between people. Their programming, and we need to persevere and be patient with them and give them no, I didn't mean that. I meant this. I'm on your side, and then build their confidence in us as people. It's patience, which is sort of one of our best qualities. But yeah, work with the person, not their programming, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. It does. And yes, I agree totally with you. And on the chat I had with Shola from New York City, we're kind of going up and discussing this concept of this era, golden era of enlightenment, era of light that I feel is coming. He also feels in a way, but he says, I don't see it because if the eye test of humanity tells me no way we're making it.
Yeah.
And I agree. This humanity right now, in this day, but we are changing quite quick. And also I believe there's gonna arrive this enlightenment like from night to day. I mean, something like you wake up and you're gonna be totally different.
Yeah.
But I want to clarify, there's no way there's a golden era of humanity. I mean, this reality, some people just want to take it and go to the next phase of the world and have the same things, have their cars, have their TVs, have their trips, have their, their cell phones and that. And that's why I say it's going to look very different, okay? Yeah. Because there's no way, this reality, there's no way it's going to work like that, okay? One example, another human being serving you, that doesn't work. That doesn't work, okay? I'm sorry. I know it happens in this reality. I know if I go to a restaurant, someone is going to serve me, okay?
Yeah.
The only thing I can do, really, I just don't find any other ways. I try to treat them with the utmost respect, okay?
Yes. Yeah.
And be patient and understanding of their struggles, and if they make a mistake, it's not a big deal, and stuff like that, okay? That's the only thing I can do. Of course, the tip and the monetary part, yes, of course, but the respect.
That's it.
But going into a new phase, that's when I say technology is not going to be bad. Just imagine a robot serving you. That's okay. It's artificial, but it's like a friend. It's like you see, technology can be your friend. Right now in this reality. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sure. I'm saying, oh yeah. Yeah.
I know you were recently with Joel, Wake in the Future, and yes, I understand what Joel is saying, that technology is allowing this conversation right now. Yes, he's correct. Okay, and that's the good part of technology, but there's very minimal. It's only that's the wrong use of technology. Okay, in the future, I see technology working for planet Earth, for humanity. Yes, technology has a part, and one example is that. Okay, like we see in movies, Star Wars, is robots serving us. But they also have made it that they want to divide us against robots, saying, oh, they're going to take the job of a human being. No, because no human being is supposed to serve another human being. Why? Let me explain. Because that will be lowering. That will be having second-class citizens. Okay, I know it sounds strange, but trust me, there's a point. This is something that happens in this reality, servants or people that serve others. Okay, is not. We're all supposed just to express ourselves and be happy. And yes, I know it sounds like a party or something like that. You want to relate it to that? I'm not saying we're all going to be drunk and taking drugs. We're just going to be expressing ourselves. Life is going to be so different. Stress-free, disease-free, worry-free. You're really going to, for example, I want to go meet my friend Tony. Maybe I'm going to meet you through my mind, telepathically. Or maybe I'm going to have the technology or the way to physically transport myself and meet you face-to-face and have a drink or something that a robot is serving us, okay? Or no one is serving us. We serve ourselves. That's fine. Serving yourself is fine. What I'm trying to say is someone working for you, okay? This concept, oh, I'm a CEO, I have thousands of lower echelons. That's hierarchies. That's totally incorrect. Nothing of that comes from the creator. Nothing. He never intended that to exist, okay? We created humans. Again, because it's so good. You create a hierarchy, so you have the thing that since you are born is, hey, go to school, go to university, go to get a career. So you jump the ladder and eventually you're high up and people serve you instead of you serving people. You see how wrong it is?
Yeah, it does seem wrong, doesn't it? Hierarchy, but it's the system, isn't it? It's so embedded in our behaviour, in our thoughts, in our actions. We've been trained, literally, excuse me, we've literally been trained to fit into an unnatural system, a hierarchical, unnatural, artificial construct. It's like you wouldn't expect a dog to ride a bike or a fish to ride a bike. That's what we do. By fitting into this system, the hierarchy. So you're so right. Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. And you do have to step back from it to realise how crazy what we are involved in. So, and I like your vision. I like your vision for the future.
And I think you said something very important a few minutes ago, Tony. People can have all the money in the world. Are they truly happy? I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. But I can assure you it's not mandatory to have trillions or billions of dollars and be truly happy. Okay?
No.
It's kind of, when you get there, you notice it has nothing to do with it. Money is comfort, money is security. Yes, it's all Jack reality. We are not taking money elsewhere. Okay, we're not. Okay. No. Some people say only debt is wrong. Money is God created. I don't agree. No, I don't see the creator making bills, making currencies, making all divide things. Some people others with having different currencies, some being poor, some being rich. So some look from the top down, some look from the bottom up. What I'm trying to do with the Africa thing, I know you get it. I know you get it because you told me, and some people get it, I think, is to show we're all brothers and sisters, where no one is above anyone. No. And I want to talk to anyone out there in Africa, okay? You are not less than me. I'm not less than you, okay? We're equal, okay?
Totally.
So that's why, for me, it's very important. That's why I chose Africa, okay? Yeah. And who knows, maybe I'll expand it to Asia, to Latin America, and then the full world, okay?
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say is all of these concepts that divide us through relationships are implanted on us. They are not truly us. And that's what I tried to share with Shola. I don't think I made a good effort, or I think I messed it up. I was trying to explain to him, this era is coming because we're going to change. You're trying to visualize this era with boring humans. And no, of course it's not going to work. Of course it's not going to work.
No,
visualize this era with new humans,
yeah,
then it's possible.
Exactly. That's the vision, and it's imagination and vision is key in getting somewhere. You need to know where you want to be before you leave in that direction. I admire your vision and your imagination and your dedication to this, because honestly, mate, your channel inspires me. There's literally you and Wake in the Future, maybe 2 or 3 really obscure channels that I might watch, that healing therapies, but I don't watch any old rubbish, you know. And this is important what you're doing.
I'm famished for content now. I'm famished. I thank Joel that he recently said he was going to do 3 to 4 episodes per week, because I miss him. Or I know Pat has, you know, kind of decided to step away, and that's perfectly understandable. But if Joel is going to be alone, I look forward to him and similar channels. Believe me, I'm in the lookout. Okay.
Yes.
I'm in the lookout for new channels that inspire me, like Wake in the Future, because you said something when you were last with him, is the you're real. I'm famished for real content.
That's it.
I still follow and the typical guy. I don't watch the videos. I just scroll garbage. With all due respect, garbage. No, thank you. Okay. And I'm saying garbage, and I'm sorry if I'm passing judgment. I'm joking, okay? But I'm saying I don't want to. No. They're coming.
Yeah.
If they're coming, they're coming. If they're not coming, they're not coming. You making a fuss about it, just negative.
Yeah.
Okay? It's negative. I'd rather say the new world is coming. We're going to change. I truly believe it. I visualize it. I've seen it in my dreams. Okay?
Yeah.
But yes, we're going to be different humans. We're not going to care about money. We're not going to care about hierarchies. We're not going to care about power. We're not going to care about screwing people over. And we're going to have beautiful relationships. And people ask, so what are we going to do? Are we not going to work? You're going to express yourself. It's a different thing. So, for example, you play the guitar. You're going to beautifully play the guitar for everyone. And that's going to be your thing to humanity. You know how to create things. You're going to support this new, clean, better technology for the betterment of Earth and the universe. Then you're going to participate in that. And some things, we think bigger, think bigger, okay? We think physical, like you do things with your hands. Well, maybe you're going to start doing things with your heart, okay? And maybe your mind is going to stop being this primitive, limiting thing that truly suppresses you, and it's going to evolve. Because remember, we spoke that, I believe, they understand 10% of the mind processes, something like that. So when we evolve that, maybe through your mind, you're going to start building things, and that's going to be your thing. I don't see factories in this new world. I don't see things like that. There's better ways to create stuff, okay? There's better ways. We're just very primitive still. We think we're very advanced, okay? With our cell phones, with our thing, and the internet, and our cars, and, you know, we're very primitive, okay? Trust me. We're still very primitive, and we're going to evolve quickly, okay? So, well, yes, going back to subject about after this rambling, in this reality right now, this level of maturity of humanity, we disappoint each other still. We disappoint each other, and we mentioned that the only suggestion I can have is what I'm trying to do is for example, someone reaches out, reach out back. But then it gets to a point, Tony, I think has happened to you as well. It happens to me with the email interaction on the channel, that I send an email, there's no response, I need to stop it, okay? Because if I send a second, a third one, a fourth one, then it seems like a harassment or something like that. And that's the problem. You're trying to be just respectful in that, but some people say, hey, I'm not going to respond back. That's my interpretation. So people, for example, that have said they're going to come on the show, and then it's apparently imminent, and then MIA. I mean, they're gone, and I don't know anything about them anymore. And
sometimes life gets in the way, doesn't it?
Yes, of course.
Things happen,
but it takes 10 seconds to write a one-line email saying, hey, for the time being, I'm not going to make it, thanks, bye. Okay.
Yes. Respect, isn't it? But I think we need to, it's not easy, but I sometimes used to get caught up in my thoughts. Oh, this guy didn't reply, or they promised this, or they said they'd do that. And I just went on it, and I still do it now and again. Like the thing you got me out of a few weeks ago, you sort of give my head a wobble. See straight again, but it's being able to say, okay, that's not happened. I'll get back on my path. I'll follow what I was doing. I always have my thread, always have my path. But if anything outside of it falls short or I'm let down by it, I'll come back to my path. I'm doing my thing. I've always got my thing I'm doing. Whatever crazy it is, I'm repairing a bike or making stuff. I've got my own thing I do. And people might laugh and go, yeah, you're wasting your life, mate. But I'm happy. And it's not a matter of, and like you said about earlier, Alex, about the money. Millionaires, so much money and they're still miserable. I can walk down the road.
Some of them, not all, but some of them.
Yeah,
sure.
No, not all. Yeah, sure, you're right. But I think happiness is being able to walk down the street and have respect for people. Well, not everyone, obviously. You're going to get people that are jack the lads or a bit too much mouth. But you weave your way and you get respect for people that you meet because you're nice to them and they're nice back. And I think it was Mike Tyson said something about this boxer and he was showing off Lloyd Mayweather and he was on YouTube with his diamond Rolexes and he had loads of cash all laid out on the table. And he was saying to the camera, this is money, this is real money, and look at the gold and the diamonds. And Mike Tyson said, yeah, but you can't walk down your street without someone attacking you. And that's security. And that's what they do. They want money to build a gate around their house to keep secure. But why not just be nice to people? Then you can go anywhere. See what I mean? That's human relationships. That's security. Yeah.
Yes, it's I don't know how to say it. Is first of all, this idea of taking care of number one, which is a worldwide thing. It's and it's very confusing because when I say it's everything about you, it's everything about your process of self-discovery, of course, so you're strong because this idea that you're out there looking for something when you have it all in you. Okay. Yeah. So you don't need anything from the out there. So start with that. You don't need anything. Okay. So then try to be your best version with everyone. What I do mean with everyone. Okay. If you go to a restaurant and someone serves you, be your best version to that person. Maybe you have an impact because the only thing, we don't change anyone. And it's not our job. And I had that kind of discussion with Shola as well. Yeah. But at the end, something happened to me saying, stop it. It's not your job. Okay, stop it. Okay, suggest maybe once. Okay, yes. Are you sure? Okay, okay, that's it. You're right. It's your deal. Yeah. The right thing to do is what they did. Listen to whatever reasons they had. And it's nothing related to knowledge. Come on. It's just they decided to not listen to their intuition because I'm sure their intuition would have said, this is dodgy. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Again, I shared the story of an Italian friend, totally mainstream guy, but he listened to his intuition and he really fought it. And the wife was fired because of that, and the daughters didn't get their university diploma because of that. And he almost lost his construction company because the employees turned on him saying, we don't want. Yeah, of course, after he changed a few employees, okay? That's it. Right. You laugh at the end, okay? Yes. How do you do that to your boss, okay? Yes. Whatever reasons you may have. But of course, unfortunately, I've seen it before, this story, this 2020. So we decided to take a vacation, even it was so we go to a hotel, it's almost empty, and there's even dangerous probably because it gets wet. That's it. So they were younger, 3 years younger. So my oldest was 15, so still he got scared, and they come. And the youngest was crying and that because this security guy from the hotel told them to get out because they were not authorized to be in the pool. The pool was empty, by the way. There was just another child from another family. We probably gave money or asked the guy, hey, get this to all the kids out, okay? We want the pool for my be around each other. Even huge pool, 3 kids, two in one side, which are brothers, one in the other side, that's it. So I go to the guy and say, okay, what's the problem? You don't speak to my children like that. Actually, you don't speak to my children at all. You have a problem, you come to me. They're minors, okay? Okay, whatever. What's your thing? They need authorization. Okay, I want to be here for a week. I want authorization every day. And he started, very belligerent. Yeah. And I I still had renounced violence at that time, so I said, you continue. The beach was there. Let's go outside of the hotel and show you what I'm about. But he was in my face, and can you hear my face? I mean, how is that? So at the end, Tony, is this notion that I've been, and he later went his apology that the day after he went to the beach where I was resting, and he said, "You have to understand, I've been a security guy all my life, and now I have the opportunity to change, to do something, to save lives. You know how?" And I said, "I'm sorry, my friend. Yes, I'm sorry. You are not. That's one of you are bothering people. Okay, you're interfering with people.
Exactly.
Okay, you're afraid. Get another job when you're whatever. Leave me alone. I'm here on vacation. If I don't want to have standard rules and regulations, I'll abide to the rules. Like for example, every day I have to go in the morning and ask for authorization for my kids to go to the pool. Okay, tell me how that makes anyone safe. Because every day they say yes, but I have to do the process and sign and whatever. Okay. For example, the restaurant. Okay, but on the beach, I don't care. Leave me alone. Okay. Of course, I care. It's your exaggeration. You're falling for the. That's what they wanted to do. And actually, on the chat with Shola, he made an excellent point that I still believe they never done this in humanity ever, Tony. Humanity's history. It really bothered us, really messed with us, and got us really right up. I'm talking in a general term, in the majority, not you and I, of course.
No.
Okay.
Definitely.
It's very important. Stand by my change that is coming. This new humanity. They think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. Okay, because this is beyond. This is beyond a physical thing.
It's spirit.
Okay? It's a spiritual enlightenment. Okay. It's not even enlightenment because we're already this beautiful spirit. We're just going to remember it. Okay. You're going to be all confused and just living in the physicality of reality, and you're not going to embrace this spiritual era of life that is coming. That's the only thing that is happening right now. Forget aliens, forget New Age. Love is coming from the universe, okay? From source, from other beings out there that love us.
It's already here.
Yes, it's full of love. It's full of energy. Actually, these past few days, close to the 21st, full of energy. Believe me, some of us can feel it. And it's not that we're special. It's just something we have. Full of energy, full of energy. And actually, I felt more energy. That's why I'm kind of working more hours on that, because I feel the energy. I feel the energy. And I also eating less. I kind of lost my appetite because I stand by my statement. Remember, I shared this with you a few times, that I believe we're gonna eat less and probably almost nothing, because we can feed from the ether. We can feed from the energy. Okay. At the end, where everything about us, Tony, is love. That energy is love. Love is coming. It's opening our hearts. We're changing. And we're gonna get to a point that all humanity is gonna say, you know what? We don't need governments. We don't need money.
No.
We don't need whatever. We don't. And that's when this expression that I'm talking about. So you're gonna grab a guitar. I'm sure you're gonna be because you have so many abilities, Tony. Now that I know you're gonna be out there fixing bikes and fixing things and helping people. And who knows what I'm doing? I'm probably gonna be in technology in some area. And some people are gonna do beautiful paintings for all of us, or just shows or something like that. Okay.
You've got great vision. You've got great vision. You've got
I see it. That's because again, but it's not gonna be this technological world we have right now, artificial world of soccer games and pizza. And sorry, I know you love pizza, but no, I don't see it. I don't see it. I see food is also, if you think about it, they have made us addicted to food, let's be honest, and drinks. No? Can you agree with that?
I mean,
yes, Tony, it's such an important thing, food. It's such an important thing, food. I remember, funny story, this family story. We went to Italy like 10 years ago. The children were very small. I mean, my oldest was 8 years old. And we went there in March, very rare for North Italy, very rare that is March, snow. Okay. So we got there mid-March, and because that we went Easter week and the week after, which is, I don't remember, Pascua in Mexico, but it's after Easter week. Okay. They were 2 weeks off. the kids from school. So we get there 17, 18 March, and snow. It's not beautiful in the airport, like driving, snow falling in the highway. So the next day, it was only going to be a couple of days. We went to a nearby mountain. I mean, 1,500 meters, something like that. Really not that high. But there was a lot of snow, and it was with family, with my father's brother and my uncle, and that. All the way they were talking about, we need to find a restaurant because we need to have lunch. And until my mother exploded, like after a couple of, is it a problem if you guys jump a meal and eat dinner? I mean, the kids are excited, it's snow and that. In Italy, it's probably in small places. I don't know if it's in the UK like that. I think it's a little bit, the UK is more American in that sense. In Italy, Tony, you don't find a place open around 2 to 4 p.m., okay, to have lunch. Yes, in small cities, yes, because people go to have lunch at their houses, so they close the restaurant. Most of them start 6 p.m. It's only for dinners, or some of them have a little bit like 12:30 to 2, and then from 2 to 2:30 to 5 they close down. Like yes, they do. They do. My uncle used to work at a newsstand or some news, where they have newspapers and magazines. And he will go from like 8 a.m. to 1, close down, and then come back. Like he went to lunch. And then a little nap, which is very common in Italy, Spain as well. I know it. The nap in the afternoon, the 2 to 3 p.m. And then he will go from 4 to 7. Something.
That's what he did. Yeah.
They were all concerned right off that let's stop for something or something. My mother was, the kids are excited. It's really a problem if we go back and have something at 5 p.m. for once. I do believe we're kind of addicted to food. It has become so important. Just think about the dinners. People go out always to have something to eat, something to drink. I don't recall anyone saying we went out and didn't have anything to drink or eat. No, it doesn't work.
Life now, isn't it? Life.
So that two things, I don't believe they're gonna make it to the new world the same way. Okay,
sure.
We're gonna have the food and drink we need, not that we want. Because right now in this reality, food and drinking, and I do include alcohol in that, is a pleasure. Okay, it's of course it's a pleasure. And then Joel recently also spoke about addictions, and then it gets rough with drugs and all that. Yes,
I went through a bit of it.
Yeah. So that's even worse. But I do believe, and you know what happens also when they make you addicted to food? They take food away and they control you. Hunger.
Sure. Yes.
Which I believe is the control mechanisms they had for years, for hundreds and thousands of years. Hunger. Just people couldn't take it anymore. They had a cord to our neck, and they have been releasing the cord a little bit. I mean, okay, let's give them technology, let's give them advancement, let's give them, better houses, because go back in history, 500 years ago, 80% of population was in deep hunger worldwide. Okay. Deep hunger. I mean, that's how they control it. People were just interested. I mean, when you are in that state, you're just interested in eating. You're not concerned about comfort. You're not concerned about,
That's it. You got to focus on the food.
Yes. There's a very unfortunate story, and I'll let you speak about it after this here, that when drug dealers and narcos and that, the newspapers will track them, that they were caught, and then they were caught again 6 months after. So and they were caught for a kidnapping, which is 50 years in prison, apparently. And 6 months after, they were already out and caught again. So the newspaper will make, there was an error in the process. You know how it just
right.
There was an error in the process, so they got out 3 months after getting caught the first time. And there was a guy who's very famous here. It's the 1 kilo of meat guy. He stole 1 kilo of meat, which is 2.2 pounds for people not in the metric system, because he was very hungry and his family was very hungry. So he went to a place and he stole 1 kilo. 7 years in prison.
Wow.
7 years. So they will always compare. They will always compare in the comment sections and that to newspapers. When these real criminals. I'm not saying again. It's not correct to steal 1 kilo of meat, but I can understand the desperation. I can certainly understand the desperation, but it's still wrong.
It's necessity.
But to kill, kidnap, abuse, this, defraud, and that, and 3 months after they're free.
Yeah, there's no comparison.
No comparison.
No. But you're right.
And you know how much it irks me, Tony, that there's someone so desperate. That's why I ask people, be understanding of immigration is an act of desperation, okay? It's not that these people want to leave and go through deserts and some die to get to your country. just because they want to enjoy it. Most of the times there's a story behind it. It's an act of desperation. They're so desperate. Like people in Venezuela right now, they're so desperate. They don't have gas, electricity, running water. They're desperate, Tony. So even you have to walk your way to the United States or Mexico, whatever, I'll die in the way, okay, but it's better than what I have right now. It's an act of desperation, and it irks me because that shouldn't exist.
It shouldn't happen. No.
That shouldn't exist. We live in a universe of abundance. Everything is abundant in the universe. Even time. Time is infinite. Distance is infinite. Speed is infinite. Everything is infinite. Why here we live in scarcity? Scarcity of time, scarcity of money, scarcity of food, scarcity. Why, Tony? Why? Why?
Everything is controlled, isn't it? Everything's controlled from above. Like the people with the money and the government, they keep it scarcity so they can control us. Like you said earlier, food. Give them a bit, then we can take it back. It keeps us in fear of losing what we've got, what they give us, and then take away. So when we're in fear, we want to build gates around our houses and locks on our doors and carry guns or weapons because we're in fear. Because everyone else is in fear. They want to steal off each other. So that is what, from above, they make us fearful so that we fight each other. But when you respond to someone with kindness and love, respect, true respect for the human being or the animal, they respond back, and it dissolves all this mist of fear, and you realise this, you're the same as me. So it's like the fear is the last chain on our wrist, and when you relate to someone, you connect with someone, that's that chain losing power, and it dissolves because we only fear because of what they give us, what they tell us. When we get together and we learn about each other, we realise there's nothing to be fearful of because we're together on this. See? So you're right. It's all controlled and it's all done on purpose. Scarcity. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head again.
Again, that's the control, and that's the control they are losing. That's also the when I was talking to Shola the other day, trying to explain that I feel they're losing. Okay, I feel really. I told him something like we're in the 11th hour at night, of course, the 23rd hour. You want to see it that way. The 59-minute, the 59-second. Of course, if you take humanity thousands of years. So what that means, that last second, we're very imminent. This is going to end. Okay, this grasp in humanity. It could be a year. It could be 10 years. It could be 100 years. Okay, but it's going to end very soon. And if you think about it, when I say very soon, we tend to relate. Oh, I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna be alive to see it. I don't know. If you're a child, most probably, you're my age, probably not. But feel very confident and happy. This is ending. Okay. That's why people don't get it anymore. They don't get this reality anymore. There's unfortunately there's a lot of stressed people right now that they don't understand this reality anymore. So they say, why? And to me, it happened since I was a child. So I'm kind of used to it by now. When I was a child, my parents were very concerned because I said, this is not correct. This is not correct. This is not correct.
I can't see it.
This is not the reality we're supposed to be. And it's not because I'm a time traveler and I can see the future. It's just an inner feeling that I always felt this was wrong. Okay. And I forced myself in this reality because if not, I wouldn't be here anymore. I wouldn't have a family and that. I forced myself into the rules of this reality. So I went to college, which I know is not mandatory, but I had the opportunity, so I took it. I went to master schools and I developed a career and I developed a business. I tried my best to be a participant of this reality. But something that I'm very happy is I always have had a code that, it doesn't matter the situation. If you don't have a code, if you don't respect your own code, these simple rules that you don't screw people over, if you don't do that, then what are you doing, please? What are you doing?
It's like Tony,
unfortunately, we have reached World Cup on like almost close to 50 minutes. We're trying to keep it under the hour because time is scarce. I hope time was infinite because I could speak to you for a day, 24-hour recording. But unfortunately, I want to keep it under an hour because I think people tend to watch the video if it's shorter than an hour. So do you have anything closing now? This very strange episode, we spoke about so many things.
Well, I'll go back to the beginning. People will disappoint you and you will disappoint other people. And I see it as it's our programming. The system implanted their ideas and opinions and attitudes in us so that we can't get along together. And it's melting. It's all melting. And Hollywood's been exposed. You know, they're all discussed. They're the same. Government, the same. Law. The whole system is a disgrace to anything good. And people are waking up. You know, people see it clearly. And no matter what they show you on TV or radio, that's not true. They want to keep us in fear. But people are seeing. They're seeing it's all lies. So, yeah, it's just a case of being patient. That 23rd hour, 59 minute, we're at that mark. The people just need to stick to what they know is true in their self and respect each other. Be here for each other. Forget the system. It's dying. It's on its way out.
The system is dying. You're totally right. The system is desperate. And that's why the desperate measures, okay?
Yeah.
That's why everything you hear, but my point is, why talk about something that is dying, that is truly the past, okay?
Yeah.
We're going into something much better, something beautiful, something that was intended to be here all this time.
Yeah.
We were hijacked. But if you think about it,
Yeah.
that's why I'm at peace.
Yeah.
And first of all, we mustn't judge anyone. We mustn't hate anyone, including the system. That's the first part. And the second part, in the grand scheme of humanity, a few thousand years, if you think that humanity is going to go on for millions of years in this beautiful new era and better ones that are coming, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So find peace, find happiness, that the system is dying. And as I'm sorry, but it was such a good chat with Shola that we also discussed the point that you don't fight the system in the system. Okay? You don't fight them with it. You don't pick your knives and guns and you start shooting that's all the implantations. You mentioned Hollywood. All the implantations, the Rambos, the Terminators, the Commandos, it's all. If we wouldn't last 15 seconds.
They pull the guns. Yeah.
They got everything. No, they got
Bombs.
they got bigger toys, okay? Whatever, and then and they will love it because they will love us to go out with a fight.
Yeah.
But because we're gonna go with love, they're gonna be standing there. So you're not upset? You don't hate us, please, because then you hate us, we win.
Yeah.
If we hate them, they win.
Yeah.
Okay? If we love them, they lose. And I'm not doing it to screw them up. I truly want them to evolve.
Yeah.
And stop being confused. And stop being confused, because evil is confusion. Evil is not real. It's just an anti-state. It's something that is a glitch, temporary glitch that the creator, and a lot of people have been saying to me that God is like not a correct word, but I don't put value in words on either, because they're not symbols to me. So for me, God, source, creator is the same thing, but I'm going to use creator because apparently God upsets some people. So the creator is not concerned about that, because he knows time is infinite. He knows we're all going to get it. He knows. So the glitches, I'll take them for now. He has seen his beautiful creation of the universe. He's going to be all in love. Okay.
So,
our best days are in the future.
Awesome.
Like Mr. Davis used to say with the Raiders all the time, the greatness of the Raiders is in the future. But unfortunately, after a lot of losing seasons, we're kind of desperate. All right, Tony. No,
thank you, mate.
Thank you, Tony. That was great. Thank you, everyone, for watching. You honor me. I hope this show was to your liking. And please stay for the last 3 minutes of the show. That's where I explain everything you need to know from me. Everything I want you to know is out there in those 2 minutes. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how old emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance for all. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@humanitywins.net. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.humanitywins.net. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.